This order, the Eureka Springs City Council will now come to order. Madam Clerk, would you roll call establish quorum, please?
Janet Alexander?
Here.
Laney Balance?
Here.
Butch Berry?
Present.
James DeVito?
Here.
Dean Kirkpatrick?
Present.
Ken Pownell?
Here.
No, we have a quorum. Next, we do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, need a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Oh, for approval of the agenda?
Approval of the agenda, yes, ma'am.
Would it be possible for us to move the first 3 items under new business to the beginning of the agenda? Since if we don't have procedure set, we don't really have any ground rules.
Well, we can go with our past rules until we establish the new ones. Yes, sir.
Due to people being here probably for just one specific, can we move the new business item 6 up to number 1 and renumber down? That way if they need to leave, they can.
Well, what we'll do is we're going to stick to this until we get a little more familiar with this thing. I'm not going to start changing everything all at once. Yes, ma'am.
I have not to date received the year-end financial report, even though in 2.36B it says financial director shall prepare not less than once a month a complete statement of conditions of all funds of the city to be submitted on or before the 15th day of each month to mayor and council. It's the 24th and I haven't received that yet, so I feel like I can't make really any informed decisions regarding the budget until I have the information. So I would like to strike this from this agenda and move to have a special meeting tomorrow or the next day after we have the information. So we can actually...
until she gets here, we'll find out what happened, that you don't have a copy of that. She should be back here in just a second. So we can move on to the approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve. Yes?
I may be wrong, but I think under old business number 1, I know you don't want to move anything around, but for this table, the last action of the old council was the resolution. Therefore, any discussion of the 2011 budget amendments or new business?
Well, my understanding was we come in with a balanced budget, so any amendments would probably be at the behest of the council members. Is that not correct, Mr. Weaver?
Should be.
Okay.
Can you clarify what you just said, please?
Okay. What amendments are you referring to? Let's start with that.
On item 2, or item 1 under old business,
Right.
Discussion of 2011 budget amendments.
Okay. Are there any budget amendments to be discussed that the council has in their paperwork? We need to table it? Okay. Motion. Okay. Well, now we have a motion to table it. Okay, let me back up. We need a motion to table it from the council.
So moved.
All right. Motion's been made.
Second.
Made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
You need to table it to a specific date.
I'd rather postpone
Or
it to a
it'll be-
specific date rather than table it.
Okay. All right. I'll need a motion to postpone it then.
I
To a
would
specific date.
move to postpone discussion of 2011 budget amendments to a special meeting to be held tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock.
Tomorrow evening? Well, we probably need to discuss the fact if everybody's available tomorrow night first.
What was the
This
motion?
Okay. Motion's been made to postpone until 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Yes?
She'll need a second on that.
True.
Yeah, she will have to have a second on that. Is there
I'll
a
second that.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on that? Is everybody going to be available to be here? Yeah. That's why we need to discuss this now, when we're in discussion phase, if it is available.
If the room's not available, we could hold it in perhaps your office.
I'm not aware of anything right now. There's nothing tomorrow night? You would know that for sure? Sometimes. So. Okay, if there's no discussion, all in yes, Mr.
Can
Pennell.
you clarify the motion, whether it's a special meeting or if we're going to have another budget workshop?
Well, the motion is for a special meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And the motion been made and seconded. Is that the way you understand it? That's the motion you made. That's the motion I understood. Any other discussion on it? Yes, sir, Mr. Vito.
Unless I'm missing it from my paperwork, I'm not aware of any budget amendments. Might I direct a question to Diane?
Yvonne's here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Yvonne.
We had a budget workshop that we weren't unable to come to any conclusions with regards to the auditorium expenses and the clerk's retirement, funding of Mary Jane Sell. And so we were hoping to be able to, after having the financials for 2010 to be finished, to be able to do another workshop. That was my understanding. And I'm not sure why Ms. Balance wants to do a special meeting tomorrow so quickly. The financials aren't completed yet.
Call for the question.
Okay, there's more discussion on here.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that you want to call this meeting? I mean, now we're in the discussion phase. We might as well discuss it.
I think we need to get a budget in place, and in order to ratify anything, we'll have to have a special meeting. If it would be more appropriate, I'd be willing to rescind that motion and move to have a workshop, but we're going to have a special meeting in order to get our budget in place before the end of the month.
Okay. I'm not really clear on what budget you're talking about. We have a balanced budget. Is that not correct?
Yes.
That's what we had to have a balanced budget.
That's been ratified by this city council?
No, the budget's always balanced by the prior council, and that's what they give us to work with.
Okay. Then I will rescind my motion.
Okay. All right. The motion. Ms. Balance has made a motion to rescind her request for the meeting tomorrow night. I'll need a second one.
I'll take mine back. Ron, motion. Second back.
Now I would like to move to have a workshop tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock in this room on the discussion of 2011
Yeah, I
budget.
think we probably get,
Point of order, we're talking about the agenda
yes,
right now.
yeah, we are. So-
I'd like to make a motion that we postpone the budget amendment hearing or business until our next meeting.
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made to restate your motion, please.
To move the discussion of 2011 budget amendments until our next meeting in February, whatever that is, 14th.
14th.
And that will allow us time to have our workshops and whatever else we need to have.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to move the agenda discussion on the budget amendments till next council meeting. I said quorum court, didn't I? I got to get out of that phase, yeah. All right. Any discussion on that at all? All right. Call for the vote. All.
I second.
He seconded. Mr. DeVito seconded. So I should have stated that. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Now, we'll go back to the top of the list to the approval of the minutes for December the 13th, 2010. Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of December 13th meeting.
Mr. Pownell made the motion to approve.
I
Need a
have a,
second?
Second.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, I'd like to discuss, I have,
Okay, let me
Three
get to
items.
that. Okay? Don't get ahead of me here, okay?
sorry.
That's okay. We're all new and we're trying to work through this thing.
Okay.
All right. Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes on December the 13th. Any discussion on this at all?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
please.
Go ahead.
Just 3 small items to make sure we don't miss any steps. Item on the written agenda, or written minutes, number 4 is actually number 5, discussion of courthouse parking lots on the tape. And the following discussion of city clerk treasurer's retirement is listed in the written minutes as 5, and it's actually number 6. Also, further down in that, the exact wording of the motion was to approve retirement for Mary Jean Sell. In the written minutes, it says benefits. I'd like to have that stricken from the written minutes.
Any other comments? Any other discussion on that? Mr. Pano?
I have a question that would be, where's the missing paragraph? What's it address? You said that it should be,
I don't know what happened to number 4. In reviewing the tape, it jumped from 3 to 5.
What was on the agenda for number 4?
I'll make the comments to the council members. You need to raise your hand if you want to be recognized and ask me, then I'll direct, okay? All right. Yes, ma'am.
What was number 4?
What was number 4? Thank you.
On the written
Yes.
minutes we were given, it was discussion of courthouse parking lots.
Okay.
In the video, it was stated as number 5.
Okay. You clear on all those?
No, entirely.
Okay. Would you restate, please?
Sure.
So she needs to get it in the minutes.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. If you're looking at the minutes on page 3, the last item on that page says number 4, discussion of courthouse parking lots. In actuality, in the verbal video, it was offered as number 5 on the agenda. And the other one was the following. In the written minutes, it's written as number 5, discussion of city clerk treasurer's retirement. In actuality, it was number 6 on the tape.
Yes, sir.
I think the confusion comes, if you look at the agenda from the last meeting, item 2, which was discussion of the application for Mr. Tharp, and item number 4, which was the franchise from Mr. Dotson, was combined into item 2. So it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 would have been the parking lots, and 5 would have been discussion of clerk's retirement.
Okay.
As stated in the minutes.
Yes, that's probably where it came into.
Yes, ma'am.
So two of the items on the prior